Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be a quick one. We are going to look into this honey super that we put on last week. Check to see how much the bees have filled up in the super. It's more of just for my own personal knowledge, just so I know how quickly they can build things up. We are in the middle of June. It was a super rainy night last night. Rained down pretty heavy and it's windy, cloudy, so I didn't think the girls were going to be too upset today. I didn't put on my full jacket. We'll see how they are. If I need to run inside to get better protection, that's just what I'll have to do, I guess. I can see down inside here, they've already moved up, so there must be work going on up underneath. This top box here, the smaller box, is called a honey super. It is where you would have the bees build up the honey that you are going to take off and keep for yourself. The one box that I have down below here is called a brood chamber, and that is where the queen bee is going to reside, where she lays all the brood, all the babies. We don't want the queen coming up into the honey super because then you'll have brood in with your honey. So, first frame, there's no change. They haven't built anything up. Let's see. Second frame, nothing. Third frame, again, there's nothing there. The bees are on it. The way you keep the queen bee from coming up into your super, there is a layer here between the brood chamber and the honey super. It's called a queen excluder. And what it has is it's got little slots in it. And the slots are only big enough for the worker bees to go through. The queen cannot fit. She's too big. So I can see here they're just starting right there to get some comb going. They're starting to draw out. They're chewing holes around where I've got the wire. So that's 5 frames in. We've got a little bit of comb going. Last week I had on my full suit because I was going into the brood chamber and they seem to fly around. They seem to get more upset when I get down in there. I figured up in here where the honey is, they shouldn't be quite so irritated with me. Things seem to be pretty calm. They've really drawn this frame out nicely. Front and back. Dug holes again, but that's okay. As long as they fill it in. I don't have to use my hive tool for burr comb because they haven't really started building up too heavily in here. The burr comb is what they would use to fill in between any extra gaps. Ooh, that one was stuck. Maybe that one I should have used the hive tool. Yes, so they had, down inside, they had stuck the frame itself. You can see that little extra that's built up on the bottom. They stuck it to the queen extruder down below. So this here, they have not stored any nectar or honey in here yet, but they are filling it out, so they are getting prepared to. I knew there wasn't going to be too much going on because it's only been a week since I had added on the honey super, and it takes time for the bees to actually build the comb. So when I go to harvest the honey, some people say that you can take the whole foundation right out, and basically you squeeze out all of the comb and the honey and you filter it, and then you replace it with new foundation. The problem with that is that the bees have to start again every year, and that takes time. So what I'm hoping to do is to be able to just uncap the honey that they produce in these frames. By uncapping, it would be just cutting off the top layer. You'll see that in the fall. And you spin it. And when you spin it, all the honey flies out of the frames, and you leave all of the comb, all the hard work that they've done is all left intact. So that way next year, all they have to do is just fill the frame back up. All right, so from what I've seen there, I've got 2 frames for sure that they are getting comb built on very nicely. I was hoping to see a little bit more progress, but 2 frames is better than nothing. I'm going to push my frames tight together again, trying to maintain my bee space. Bees are very specific about the amount of space they have inside their hive. If it's too big, they fill it in with more comb and seal everything up. If it's too small, they use propolis and seal it up. And the propolis is, from what I gather, it's almost like a tree resin that they will bring, and they will seal up any gaps for any air holes or leaks or whatever to tighten up their hive. So they need, I'd say it's about 3/8 of an inch. You want to stick to about 3/8 of an inch, and they are happy with that. Now, another thing I wanted to do while I'm here is I wanted to check how level the hive is. The bees will naturally, they will clean out anything that falls down, all the cappings from the brood when they emerge. Everything will eventually fall and collect down at the bottom of the hive. And you want your hive slowly, slightly leaning forward, which I am. So if you see here, there we go, I've got a decent amount of slope going forward. So that helps them to drag out the brood capping, any dead bees. They do die. They will drag them out, and I've noticed that out front here, they will drag out the dead bees and just basically throw them from the hive. Any cappings, I think they're little pollen nuggets that I've noticed in there. So they will take that and they will get rid of that as well. Now we'll close this back up. I've noticed my little spider friend has not come back since I threw him out into the field. So that's good, because that spider was eating the bees and I did not like that. Put the top cover back on. I don't need to go into the brood chamber because I know that they are fine there. I think in about a month I'll go back in and make sure that everything is okay with the queen, make sure that there's no infestation of beetles, hive beetles, or varroa mites. But that is something I don't have to worry about so early in the season. It's mid-June. And yeah, next week I'm going to come back and I'm going to see how much they built up again. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.